I would like to call to order the council meeting for Tuesday, March 6th of 2018. If we could please all stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Heather Lewis, Rebecca Smith, here. Derek Terry, Sonia Sanders.
Here. Will a member of council make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from February 20th of 2018? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it, and those meeting minutes are approved. Earlier this evening, we had an executive session pertaining to a real estate matter. Now we will begin with the presentation for the proclamation of the Norristown NAACP. First of all, I would like to say it is an honor to serve you with this proclamation. And for those of you who did not attend the luncheon this year, it was a huge success. And if I must say so, it was the most successful event that I've seen thus far. So I will say, continue to do the work, the good work that you do for the community of Norristown. And thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
So in regards to that, whereas since its founding on the 8th of September of 1958, the Greater Norristown branch of National Association for the Advancement of Colored People has been steadfast in its mission to address social justice and civil rights in the Greater Norristown community and remains resolute in making strides in ensuring the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons. And whereas, through collaboration with civic, business, political, faith, and community partners, the Greater Norristown branch continues to address education, inequality, economic stability, and social justice barriers that impact the quality of life for all Norristown citizens. And whereas the Greater Norristown branch is a testament to the power of the community action as a vehicle to ensure access to social service and equity and equal opportunity, and whose efforts have been recognized throughout the Commonwealth as the branch of the year in 2008. And whereas the Greater Norristown branch is celebrating 60 years of civil rights work in the Norristown community and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Now, therefore, the Municipal Council of Norristown celebrates the momentous impact that the Greater Norristown NAACP has had upon our community and join its members, as well as the citizens of Norristown, in appreciation and celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Greater Norristown NAACP, proclaimed this 6th day of March of 2018. Congratulations, and continue to do the good works of Norristown. Yes. Vice President Perry, do we have any announcements this evening?
Yes. We have a snow emergency to be declared in Norristown. The municipality of Norristown will be declaring a snow emergency starting tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday, March 7th, 2018, due to the impending inclement weather. Residents are encouraged to not wait until the snow emergency is declared to take steps to prepare for the incoming storm. Please make accommodations as early as possible. and have your vehicles off the streets before the snowstorm arrives. The municipality offices will be closed tomorrow, March 7th, 2018, due to the inclement weather. Be sure to check back and visit norristown.org for the most updates. There will be no trash pickups from JP Mascaro's on Wednesday due to the weather. Any questions can be addressed to JP Mascaro by calling 1-800-432-1616. There is a modified SEPTA schedule. You can check SEPTA online at www.septa.org or through their app for updated transit schedules as modifications had been made for the storm. You have Coffee with a Cop is rescheduled for until Wednesday, March 15th, 2018, between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. at the 7-Eleven on Johnson Highway due to weather. Councilman Scott Cooper will be a panelist for the Resilience Workshop, which will take place on Tuesday, March 13th, and we appreciate her for doing that. The municipality of Norristown, where connections are made, the municipality of Norristown would like to host a career fair on April 25th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The goal is to connect job seekers with local employers. If you are an employer and wish to participate, please contact Darlene Norwood at dnorwood@norristown.org or Gabrielle Preet at gpreet@norristown.org. Ms. Norwood's number is 610-279-3673, and Ms. Preet's number is 610-270-0429. If any Norristown residents are ready to start a business, we have a free small business workshop, which will be held on Tuesday, March 20th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Montgomery County Norristown Public Library at 1001 Powell Street in the community room. Learn from experts about everything you need to launch a successful business, business planning, marketing, licensing, finance. To register for the workshop, call 610-277-1085, or you can email msankoff, and that's MSANKOFA @norristown.org. The Norristown Rec Department has a summer camp program. The location is at the Elmwood Park, Bandshell, and Hancock Elementary School. The camp dates are Monday, June 25th, 2018 to August 3rd. No camp on July 4th. The hours are 9 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. The ages are from 5 to 13. Some of the trips that they go on is Arnold's, Marsh Creek, Treetop Adventure, Franklin, Dorney and Hershey Park, Sarah, Sam's, Philadelphia Zoo, Splash Zone, Talazone, Marsh Creek, and the fee for the entire program is $300 per child for residents and $400 per child for non-residents. Discounts are available for 2 or more children, and this includes a required summer t-shirt. Trips are additional. The amounts for the trips vary, and the specific amounts will be distributed before tips. If you want to register in person on June 9th and the 16th at Municipal Hall at 235 East Erie Street from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Or you can pay in person at Municipal Hall Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Does anyone else have an announcement? Councilman Brady.
It's not really an announcement, but I just wanted to add to your announcement about the snow emergency route. But if those people that have not signed up yet for Montco's Safer notification system, it's a good way to get all of the notifications from the county and from the municipality when any important information is going on. You can get information about how to sign up for that through our website or going to the Montgomery County's website at montcopa.org. You can identify your name, your email address, and what kinds of notification you want to get, including home phones. So if people don't have a cell phone or if they don't have email addresses, they can get notified with a phone call to a landline. So there's a number of different ways that you can get notified, but I stress that if anybody has not signed up to do so, because it's really important, you'll get notifications about the snow emergency and any other kinds of municipal information, and share the information with your friends and neighbors. Thank you.
We also have Netflix services where you can follow the plow trucks also. Is that correct, Mr. Deneba? Netflix, so yeah. Councilman Jones.
Good evening. There are two upcoming events this weekend. ManuFest is a youth manufacturing summit taking place at William Tennant High School. The event's open to any middle school or high school youth interested in careers in manufacturing. Norristown Area School District will be transporting students for free to the event. You can call the school district 610-630-5000. They have two buses picking up from both sides of town, taking students to that event. Second event, Norristown High School's boys basketball team is starting the first round of the playoffs. They will be traveling to Berwick High School, about an hour and a half, 2 hours away for the first round. That game starts at 4 p.m. And the first event that I mentioned is a 8:30 start to 12:30 p.m.
Thank you, Vice President Perry. Madam Secretary, are there any public comments this evening?
Yes. Gloria Devon? What's that? Okay, you can come up. Yeah, right there.
Good evening. This is my first time here.
Good evening. Please state your name and your address.
Gloria Llanos Devone, 806 West Erie Street in Norristown. Hello. I just have a concern. On Saturday, there was an incident on my block in front of my house, and I was told by Officer Bryan to speak to Officer LaFay on Monday in reference to the handicap parking spot in front of my home. I have two handicapped individuals in the house, and I have documentation showing for the two handicapped spots that's in front of my house, but other people are still parking there. So I was asking him, is there a way to paint the lines a little more clearer? And I did contact Public Works, and I spoke to someone named Debbie, and that was 3 weeks ago, and she said she would send somebody out there to repaint the lines, and still no one has come out to paint them. And then, like, as of right now, somebody's actually parked in the spot that they're not supposed to be parked in right now. So that's my concern.
Okay, thank you. So I would direct you to Mr. Odenyibo of Public Works in regards to the striping, and then I may also direct you to Chief Talbot in regards to the individuals that are parking in that space. Okay, so I don't know if you have a few minutes to wait till after the meeting,
I do.
or they, okay, all right, so they will see you after the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Jamiset Arthur?
Good evening, Council. My name is James Arthur Russell, and I live at 552 Brandon Road, Norristown, PA, 19403. I'm here because I'm asking you to consider or reconsider. I put before you a plea in January session. I was told that the council denied my request regarding trash fee. I have a trash fee of $1,200, and Mascara has not picked up one popsicle stick for my house in the last year or two. I had a fire February 14th, 2016. They have not picked up any trash at all, and I'm getting bills. $1,200, I can get part of my house fixed again. It's an extreme hardship. I'd like you to reconsider. The house was 75% finished when my contractor, Nick Salamone, died instantly in a motorcycle accident in September. But there's not been any trash. Ms. Scarra knows there's been no trash picked up there in 2 years. Last year, I asked for consideration, and they did say that they compensated me last year with the tax fee. But this year, my house is still not finished. It's still got, like I said, about 25 or 30% to be fixed or completed. I just would like you to reconsider my hardship and my circumstances. And whatever you can do, I'd appreciate it. $1,200 for services not rendered. I've never heard of it before. I know I'm a professional, and I don't get paid if I don't do the work. So I'd like to find out, is there anything else that I can do to resolve this issue, because I don't have the tax money to pay, and they will put a lien on your property if you don't. So I'm just having a bleeding heart right now and just asking you to help me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Arthur Russell. Council will reconsider. However, Councilwoman Scott Cooper has something to say.
Thank you. Yes, I did receive some information regarding your situation, and if you do have a few minutes after the meeting, I'll be more than happy to go over that with you. Do you have a few minutes? I can contact you. Okay, I do have your information. You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilwoman Scott Cooper.
That's it.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Madam Secretary, do we have any communication this evening?
No, we don't.
Thank you. So we now will begin with the order of the agenda, beginning with the appointments. Mr. Jones, if you could, please give a brief summary of Resolution 18-116.
Thank you, Madam President. Resolution 18-116 of 2018 is before you, Council. As you know, this is a resolution for appointment to various boards. In this instance, is for appointments to the Civil Service Commission. And this resolution is requesting a reappointment of Mr. Ray Ragland with a term expiring December 31st, 2024, and an ultimate appointment of an alternate position of Terry Butler with a term expiring December 31st, 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve Resolution 18-116 for the board and committee appointments? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Libby Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Heather Lewis, Rebecca Smith, Derek Perry, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution 18-116 is approved and passed. The next order of business we have is public safety. Chief Talbot, if you could, please begin with Resolution 18-117.
Thank you, Madam President. Resolution 18-117 is a promotion of police corporal. The purpose is to fill an existing vacancy for the position of police corporal created by the retirement of Corporal Adam Schur. The retirement of Corporal Schur will create a vacancy. Testing for the position was conducted by the Civil Service Commission. On March 28, 2017, the commission certified a list of applicants, and at the top of the list now is Brian Kazera. I'm requesting that Brian be promoted to the position of police corporal.
Thank you, Chief Talbot. Council, any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve the promotion of Brian Kazera to police corporal? Councilman Jones?
I just wanted to make note of the good work that Officer Brian has done. Over the years, I remember seeing Brian as an SRO, school resource officer at Stewart Middle School. So he's been here in the Norristown community for quite a while, and he's been fully invested, even been through his own personal struggles, and remains to do a great job. So I just wanted to share that if you weren't aware.
Thank you, Councilman Jones. So again, as I was, would a member of council like to make a motion to approve Resolution 18-117 for the promotion of Brian Kazera to police corporal and administration of the oath will be done by Francis Lawrence, Jr. All in favor? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Libby Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Heather Lewis, Rebecca Smith, Derek Perry, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. The ayes have it, and Resolution 18-117 for the promotion of police corporal is approved and passed. Chief Talbot, next for the appointment of the entry-level police officer.
Thank you, Madam President. This is for the appointment of entry-level police officer to fill an existing vacancy in the police department for this position. The police department is budgeted for 69 sworn police officers. We are currently manned with 67. Testing for the position of entry-level police officer was conducted by the Civil Service Commission. On September 5th, 2017, the commission certified a list of applicants for entry-level position. The resolution was 17-1150. On November 8th, 2017, Municipal Council adopted Resolution 17162, appointing Sean Gallagher as an entry-level police officer. Tonight, we would just like to swear him in as a member of the police department. He's met all the certifications necessary.
Thank you, Chief Talbot. Would a member of council like to make a motion to approve the appointment of the entry-level police officer by Sean Gallagher? All in favor? Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Libby Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Heather Lewis, Rebecca Smith, Derek Perry, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. That resolution is approved. At this time, we will have the swearing in of the officers.
Brian Lazare. Do solemnly swear.
That I will support, obey, and defend
That I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Home Rule Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
the Home Rule Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
and the laws of Pennsylvania
and the laws of Pennsylvania
and those of Norristown.
and those of Norristown.
I will discharge the duties of my office
I will discharge the duties of my office
as police corporal
as police corporal
for the Municipality of Norristown
for the Municipality of Norristown
with honor
with honor
and fidelity.
and fidelity.
I will uphold, obey, and enforce
I will uphold, obey, and enforce
the laws of Pennsylvania
the laws of Pennsylvania
and of Norristown
and of Norristown
without consideration to a person's race,
without consideration to a person's race,
color, sex, religious creed,
color, sex, religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age, national origin,
age or national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap,
handicap,
or disability.
or disability.
Come on, officer.
I
Sean Gallagher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Home Rule Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
the Home Rule Charter of the Municipality of Norristown,
and the laws of Pennsylvania
and the laws of Pennsylvania
and those of Norristown.
and those of Norristown.
I will discharge the duties of my office
And discharge the duties of my office
as police officer
as police officer
for the Municipality of Norristown
for the Municipality of Norristown
with honor
with honor
and fidelity.
and fidelity.
I will uphold, obey, and enforce
I will uphold, obey, and enforce
the laws of Pennsylvania
the laws of Pennsylvania
and of Norristown
and of Norristown,
without consideration to a person's race,
without considerations to a person's race,
color, sex, religious creed,
color, sex, or religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age,
age,
national origin,
national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap,
handicap,
or disability.
or disability. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Lawrence, for your services this evening. Good seeing you. The next order of business we have is for the Planning and Municipal Development by Ms. Jane Musaniak.
Thank you, Council President. I'm pleased to inform Council tonight that the 2040 grant application that so many of you forwarded to the Planning Department to remind us about the application we're pleased you did was actually submitted on March 1st, and I thank you for making sure we're on top of it. I have 2 slides that I'll try to get to, and if you can do that for me while I do that, thank you, so that I can read into the record exactly what we applied for. The application is what we're calling the Arch Street Greenway Corridor Phase 1. This is part of a larger trail connection from the Lafayette Street, going through the August Moon parking lot. There's an easement there. If Council will recall, last year we attempted to have the same application, only that in the last year's application we were actually crossing the Lafayette Street, and the feedback we got back from the county was that we were ahead of the Lafayette Street improvements, so we really didn't know how that was going to be treated. So they felt that we should really look at it again and think of another way of approaching it. So we did. We spoke to the county, we met with our municipal engineer, and we also met with the 10,000 Friends of Pennsylvania, and they're part of helping us actually acquire the funds to complete this gateway, a gateway to kind of invite the users of the bike trail, and also people who actually, whether they're jogging or visiting, they'll have an invitation, if you will, of beautiful landscaping, some decorative sidewalk lighting, and also signage that will draw them into Norristown, on Main Street, of course. So the first phase is from the Lafayette Street to Main Street. And then as we go further, we'll try to connect through Arch Street, this Simmons Park and MLK Park. The whole project is actually about $750,000. But we're starting with the first phase, as I just mentioned, which is the phase from Lafayette Street to Main. And as we progress north, we are going to go to the state, the Department of Community and Natural Resources, that's the DCNR. They have expressed an interest in doing something in Norristown, and the 10,000 Friends are actually helping us with, if you will, for lack of a better word, lobbying for funding for the following phases. The first phase is actually, we're requesting for $150,000 from the 2040 county grant and we're matching that with $32,000 from the general fund, so the total project is $182,000. So we hope to make an impact, and in fact encourage DCNR and any other funders to see that this is going to be a successful project of connecting the trails with the regional trails. We appreciate the 10,000 Friends also provided a very strong support letter, which we feel will help in securing the funds. Of course, we can always cross our fingers, but I think it makes us very competitive. Let's see. So I just want to be able to show you the total full project, if you will. Oh boy, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry? Oh, thank you.
Where's your mouse?
No, it disappeared. I'm sorry.
There it is.
So the next slide. While we're searching for that,
It's a PDF.
yeah. Let me just read into the record the total project narrative. The project of the first phase, as I said, of Arch Street Greenway Corridor Improvement Project, thank you, which is on Arch Street, is a multi-phase Greenway connector path from Lafayette to Simmons Park at Arch and Oak. The 280-foot greenway will involve development of a promenade walkway with landscaping, including increased vegetation, a rain garden, attractive hardscaping and fencing, educational and directional signs, and increased lighting. The intent of the proposed design is to provide a safe and aesthetically pleasing connection between Lafayette Street and Main Street and provide an inviting starting point to the proposed Arch Street Greenway. So generally, that's what we're trying to achieve, and what you're seeing up on the screen right now is the full project in its entirety when we've gotten all the phases completed. That should be, as I mentioned before, our connection to the regional, both the Schuylkill Valley as well as the Chestnut Street Trail. And that is what the county has been trying to do for a long time, the linkages. This is one of the last linkages that they're looking to help us with. So we cross our fingers and hope we will get the funding. So tonight, I'm just asking for ratification for the application that was submitted on March 1st.
Thank you, Ms. Musanye. Council, do you have any questions? Councilwoman Lewis?
Jane, two questions. One, with Phase 1, was there any input from August Moon and the surrounding businesses and community as to some of the design and any input that they would want? And then the same question as far as the entire scope of the Greenway. Has there been any community outreach or to, try to get some input from the community along that corridor as to, obviously we want to see the beautifications, but if we want blueberry trees versus raspberries and strawberries and things like that.
That's a very valid question, a good question too. We had a short notice of putting in the application, but we have discussed this connectivity in public hearings since last year. We will still reach out and give the property owners who are surrounding it, even though we are on the easement and the right-of-way, which we can do, we'll still have that discussion, and I think it's important, so that they'll know what type of trees are going in, what type of hardscape we're proposing, and I think the county encourages that, but yes, we'll definitely, thank you. Thank you. Question.
Councilwoman Brady? You're welcome.
So I really like the artist rendering for that. But my question is, what kind of maintenance is going to be done for the plantings through the Greenway? Is that going to be something that Public Works is going to be overseeing, or is that something that we're going to try to get community input to possibly adopt a block or use some kind of engagement so that we can engage the community in making sure that the landscaping is maintained?
That's an excellent question again, and that was actually included in the application process, because the county is weary, of course, of funding projects that will not be maintained. So in our application, we had said that we'd reach out to the Recreation Department to see if they can actually partner with the school district to come up with some sort of a program that will involve the children to buy in, if you will, the maintenance. It's estimated by the engineer that it might cost anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 a year to maintain the landscape that is going to be installed. We'll still look for further ways, but we'll definitely engage the Public Works Department, not necessarily because they're going to be taking care of it, but in case they have any other suggestions that would help in actually maintaining the landscape.
Councilman Jones?
Jane, so we've had some landscaping trees done in the past up and down Arch Street. I would only ask that we be careful on what we plant, because the last thing we want is sidewalks buckle in, and I think we should establish with the residents, the many residents, as far as who's responsible for what when it comes to maintenance and the potential of some of their sidewalks or properties being affected if that happens. So
That's another actually very good question given the past history of planting. The trees that were planted on Arch Street were actually done through another program. I think it was Tree Vitalize. Circumstances have changed in that the county and actually various aborigines have suggested the types of trees, what you call urban trees, that are most suitable for planting in urban areas. The roots don't go too deep so that they don't interfere with the sewer system, and at the same time they don't grow too high to interfere with the telephone wires. They also looked at trees that will not shed too much so that you're not dealing with a whole lot of debris. So actually our subdivision and land development ordinance has a list of such trees. So we'll make sure that the specifications that come out of this a whole project, we are absolutely sure that the trees that are allowed as urban trees are the ones that will be considered. With regard to who owns the trees, that's been a lifelong argument. In as much as this is a right-of-way and the municipality has the right to plant trees, it's always better to get the corporation of the property owner that is responsible, of course, for the sidewalks. Typically, when we have done streetscapes like on Main Street or on DeKalb, we send letters out to the owners, letting them know this is what we're preparing to do, this is your responsibility, and this is past the 2 years of the bond, you'll be taking care of the tree. There's some folk who came back, very few, would say, I don't want the tree. And we've actually tried to negotiate and say it may look strange for you to have a huge gap when you have a tree line. And several of them changed their minds and said, okay, if you feel it's not going to get in my sewer or create that havoc with the sidewalk, then I'm okay with it. On the DeKalb Street, so far, it's been good. So I think our tactic on how we have approached the streetscape is much better than we did 20 years ago.
Councilwoman Scott Cooper?
Yes, Ms. Sanier, does this also mean that we're going to extend our Main Street project down to Arch Street? I think currently it goes down to DeKalb, is it? Was it Green?
It goes to Green, and I did get a request from Councilwoman Olivia Brady, which we have actually put in our files, for the 2019 project request from council.
Great.
So I didn't forget.
Yeah, I think that corridor being so beautiful.
You need connected.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, council? Seeing none, would a member of council like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 18-118 of 2018 to authorize the submission of a grant application to the County of Montgomery for $152,000 to construct Phase 1 of the Arch Street Greenway Corridor Improvements Project? And again, I will say Phase 1 in the event we have constituents that come to say, hey, why wasn't XYZ done? So again, this project will be done in phases.
So moved. Second.
Madam Secretary, may I please have roll call?
Olivia Brady, Valerie Scott Cooper, Hakeem Jones, Heather Lewis,
Aye.
Rebecca Smith, Derek Perry, Sonia Sanders.
Aye. The ayes have it. Resolution 18-118 is approved and passed.
Thank you, Council President.
You're quite welcome. Would a member of council like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Did I need to?
But I think that might be a good opportunity too, to get